All right, let's talk about a really powerful tool in the software world, outsourcing. Now, this is way more than just a buzzword. It's a strategic playbook that, if you use it right, can be a total game changer for your projects. Whenever you have a big tech need, you always hit this fork in the road. Do we try to build it ourselves from scratch? Do we buy something off the shelf? Or is there a third option? Well, that third option, bringing in the experts, that's exactly what we're going to break down today. So, what are we really talking about when we say outsourcing? Well, at its heart, it's pretty simple. It means you're making a strategic choice to hand off certain tech tasks, or maybe even a whole project, to an outside team that lives and breathes that kind of work. And that leads us to the big question, right? Why would you ever hand over a piece of your project to someone else? The reasons actually go way deeper than just trying to save a few bucks. Okay, check out these advantages. First, and this is a huge one, you get immediate access to specialized skills that you just might not have on your team. That alone could put your project on the fast track. And while that expert team is focused on the tech, what are your people doing? They're freed up to focus on what they do best, actually growing your business. It's a win-win. All right, so the benefits are pretty clear. But here's the thing. Outsourcing isn't a one-size-fits-all deal. You've actually got a whole menu of options, and you can pick the one that perfectly fits your project's needs. Your first big choice is all about location. Onshore means you're working with a team in your own country. Communication is a breeze. Nearshore is kind of the best of both worlds. You get lower costs, but they're close enough that time zones aren't a nightmare. And then there's offshore, where you'll find the biggest cost savings and a massive global talent pool. So after you figure out the where, you have to decide on the how much. Are you just looking for a specialist to handle one specific piece of the puzzle, like testing or design? That's what we call selective outsourcing. Or are you handing over the keys to the whole car and having an external team build the entire application? That's full outsourcing. Both are powerful, just for different situations. Okay, we've talked up all the good stuff, but to be smart about this, we have to look at the other side of the coin. We have to talk about the risks. Because let me tell you, if you're not careful, outsourcing can create some serious headaches. So you've picked your model, you've found a partner, you feel good about it. But what could go wrong? What are those hidden pitfalls that can trip you up when you least expect it? The first one, and probably the most common, is that you can start to feel a loss of control. When the team isn't right there in the office with you, it just gets harder to keep an eye on the quality and make sure everything stays on schedule. Next up is the one that keeps executives up at night: security. I mean, think about it. You're sharing sensitive company data, your secret sauce, your intellectual property. If you don't have ironclad protections in place, you're really opening the door to trouble. And then there's the sneaky problem of hidden costs. The price they quote you at the beginning might look fantastic, but then the project scope starts to creep, unexpected fees pop up, and before you know it, your budget is completely blown. And of course, there's always the concern about quality. There's that risk that the final product you get just doesn't meet your standards. Or even worse, it doesn't actually solve the problem you hired them to fix in the first place. And the list keeps going. Little misunderstandings because of language barriers can turn into huge delays. You could become so dependent on your vendor that you're stuck if they disappear. These softer risks, they can be just as damaging as any technical glitch. Okay, I know that all sounds pretty scary, but here's the good news. Every single one of those risks is manageable. You just have to be proactive. So let's talk about how you build a safety net to protect your project. This right here, this is your action plan. Step 1, get everything in writing with a super detailed contract and what are called SLAs, service level agreements. Then set up regular check-ins so you always know what's going on. Lock down your data with strong security, and this is a big one. Always keep some expertise in-house so you're never completely dependent. A great communication plan just ties it all together. Whew. Okay. We've covered a lot of ground: the why, the how, the dangers, and the solutions. So let's zoom out and pull this all together into one final clear takeaway. Honestly, this little table is the perfect cheat sheet for all of this. The secret sauce to outsourcing successfully is right here. You choose the right method for you, you know the specific risks that come with it, and then you put the right protections in place. It's really that straightforward. So, if you remember one thing from all this, let it be this. Thinking about outsourcing as just a way to save money is plain a small game. It's really a strategic lever. It's how you get world-class experts working on your project
like tomorrow. It's how you get to market faster. And it's how you let your team focus on your true mission.
So, in the end, the real question to ask yourself isn't about the money you might save. It's about the innovation you can unlock. When you let someone else handle the how, what amazing new what will you and your team finally have the freedom to go out and create?